Hi, Deb. Hey, everybody. I think I'm streaming to YouTube too, so it will automatically record it. Yay, on time. What time is it where you are? I always forget. It's early, right, Deb? Early morning. Good evening, Tash. I'm doing well. I'm covered in mosquito bites right now. That's my biggest complaint, so it's not too bad. Hope everyone else is doing good too. 8 a.m. Rise and shine. I'm bad at multitasking, but I'm going to go on my phone and make next week's live. Hey, Corinne. July 4th. Probably don't want to do the 4th of July, huh? Because everyone's going to be doing stuff. When do I do the live then? I could do Wednesday night. Can't do Tuesday because that's when I have class. I should have looked at that earlier. Maybe on time for once. Well, we're happy to have you. How is Wednesday for everybody next week? Because the Thursday is the 4th, so we could skip next week, or I could go on Wednesday instead. Doesn't matter to me. Great for you, Rachel? Okay. I should have checked first, because I'd like to check with all the diary detectives, but Corinne, Wednesday's good with you? Okay, I'll probably just do Wednesday then. And then hopefully people can come, and if not, I'll record it. Hold on. Wrong thing. Live events. Because I think the 4th probably conflicts with a lot of, I don't even know what we're doing. I think we're going to go see fireworks or something, so better leave that open. Oh, I forget every time it makes me, type in the title, and what do I have for the title for this one? Don't even know. So that would be the whatever suits the Americans. That's true. Some of you, the 4th doesn't affect you. I didn't even think of that. So USA Central, my brain. 3rd, July 3rd, 6 p.m. I better actually spread the word then too, because if you're not in the US, which a lot of you aren't, probably wouldn't even think of that. Help us read and research these diaries from 1903. Good enough. Alright, so it is set for next Wednesday. Okay. Yay, you're on summer holidays now from school? Because I am too. I'm a teacher. So I'm on my summer vacation, and it's amazing. Well, I'm still in school, technically. I'm doing my grad school, but that will be done after the end of summer, so that's good. I'm taking my final class. Kids finished yesterday. Nice. Are they going to summer camp or anything? Oh, preschool. That's nice, because some preschools go all year round. Alright, we've got quite a few people in here. Hi, Jen. So I think I'll get started. We left off at March 15th. So we've been toggling back and forth between Georgia's diary and Ralph's. And I think most of the people who are here know this already, but in case anyone's just popping in, the reason why we're reading both of their diaries is because at the end of this year, hi Kenna, at the end of this year, this diary, they're going to actually get married. So they are together. I don't know if they're officially engaged at this point, but they are definitely set. They're going to get married in December. So since it's the same year, we figured it would be cool to read both of the diaries at the same time, which is something we have never done. So it's a little bit of back and forth, more than usual, but I think it's worth it because we get to actually see them interact sometimes. Like over the weekends, he comes back from college and he visits her and they're both talking about each other. It's just kind of cool. All right, so we'll just get started. So we already read the 15th, I think. Yes, so we're on the 16th. Oh, I'm missing some things in the chat. Sean's going to camp. Oh, nice. A 3-week trip. I want to go to Ireland. We're going to go sometime. Hey, Valentina. Okay. March. Oh, I don't need to write March 16th, do I? How do I write it? Yeah, March 16th. Yes, definitely. We can have a mini Diary Detectives meetup. You can take me to all of the old graveyards that you've been researching. I wish we had the letters, too. Yeah, and Faye Shaw said, I do genealogy, love to read old documents and such. Yeah, it's so fun. Because you get to not only learn about the people, but it's like reading about them experiencing certain things that happened on that day. That, like, obviously, like, for example, Georgia, who is writing this diary that we're reading now, she talked about how she used a phone, like a telephone, for the first time ever. Like, her grandfather or her uncle, one of them, had the telephone installed, and it was one of the first people in the town, and she used it for the first time and spoke through it. It's just, like, wild to be able to almost, like, experience that through someone else from 100 years ago. Like, it's crazy. We learned so much about history. Yeah, it's a cool way to learn about history. It's definitely different than I learned history in school. And I didn't enjoy it in school, and I think it's just because we were reading textbooks. This is so much more, like, hands-on. And it's like a mystery. That's why I like it. But, all right, she got up at 6:30. Helped with breakfast dishes. Went to office. Helped with dinner dishes. Went to office. And R went with me. Rained off and on all day. Went downtown. Hi, Grandma. Ian's here. I'll get him down here to say hi to you. Helped with supper and dishes. Hitched up at noon. And hey, Ian. Gotta come say hi to your grandma. Gotta come say hi to your grandma. I agree, Jan. If they taught history like this, people would be more interested in the past.
Hi, Grandma.
My #1 fan. She's always here. All right, hitched up at noon and went up to take some papers to Mr. Grout. But he was not there. Played flinch, of course, a while in evening. You okay? Did he jump down?
Yeah.
Went to bed at 9:45. He didn't really eat his dinner. Oh, we gotta put him on the camera. He's so cute. He hates being picked up. Don't do that to him. Release. Hey, Audra. Yeah, Ian's grandma, but my grandma too. All right. Now we're popping over to Ralph. March 15th. Yes, Claude is so soft. He's a soft boy. The other kitty we have, Basil, doesn't really... Well, she comes out for us. She loves being pet by us, but she's usually, like, lurking in the shadows, and she's not long hair. She's short hair. But looks exactly like Claude, just without the fluff. That's March. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Thank you for catching that before I kept going. Okay, Rain got up. Yeah, soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur kitty. Yep. Got up at 6. Was out to work at 7 with one man, as the rest of the gang did not show up. Sent him after them, and they got something back at 9. Is that what that's from? That song? I didn't even know that. I just knew that, like, from other people singing it, but that's funny. I've never seen that show. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty. See, that must be, like, another line to the song that I didn't know. I just know that first one. Got PC. Oh, here we go. He's talking about railroad stuff. And P something. I don't know what letter that is. Oh, okay, hold on. This is the Y. So is it PI? Of 440? I don't know. Oh, you were gutted when it finished the show? It looks like PT. It could be PT. That Y is confusing. Curve set? I don't even know. Let me tell you, I don't miss him talking about the railroad. And it commenced to rain at 11:45. Ian and I have been watching old seasons of Survivor. I don't know if I talked about this last week. I feel like I might have brought it up, but that's what we've been like binge watching at night. After dinner, hitched up Hector. Hector is the horse, but as it rained, came back and washed and waited in office. Washed in office? What do we think about that? Worked. You think? I don't know, actually. No, I don't know if I see a K. Probably worked. Washed in office doesn't really make sense. Yeah. And on the something plot or plat, Colton. I never know if it says plat or plot. 1 hour. Okay. Rhinebeck. Rhinebeck is the town that he grew up in. Grades. One. I have no idea what this says. Windsor. Oh, okay. He's like tallying how many hours he spent on each project. So the Rhinebeck grades, which is probably like grades like a slope, maybe? Probably 1 hour, he's saying. And then he was talking, the reason why I knew that is because he was talking about Windsor Park. He's been talking about working on Windsor Park a lot, so that makes sense. Plat is like a land, like a map. Sometimes they call it a plat. PC, point of curvature, and PT, point of tangent. Perfect, thank you. Talked with Georgia in the evening. He didn't talk about playing flinch. I was thinking when I was logging on today, I'm like, wow, we haven't had as many diary birthdays as we usually do when I come on. And I figured out why. It makes sense. Because we get through so many less days now. Because we have to do double the work for each day. So we don't go through all of the entries that we usually do, you know? If we're reading one person's diary, we can get through a whole month in one sitting. So odds are people are going to have that birthday. But so that's a little sad, but at least it makes sense. Yeah, maybe they talked about flinch. That's all they talk about. Got up at 6:20. This is Georgia now. Got up at 6:20, hitched up, and went out after Ralph. Now, why is Ralph out on a Tuesday not doing his schoolwork? Did he, like, take exams and finish? He did talk about exams. Took exam and... Okay. How many exams has he taken, though? I only remember at least one or two. Just one or two. Maybe he's had his final exams for this semester or something. Or maybe just a break. Maybe he's on a break. That makes more sense, maybe. Nowhere near mine. Here's his 27th of September. Well, when we get there, you will get your little diary birthday haha thing. I want to show it. I haven't gotten to click it in so long. Where is it? Here. Woohoo! I need to make one for Flinch whenever they mention Flinch. Hitched up and went out after Ralph up to Sand Hill where he was working. And took him to the train as he went back to school. Was at office all day. Helped with dinner, dishes. We'll see you in a bit then, Heather. Get your water. Good girl being hydrated. Lord knows I'm not. Helped with dinner, dishes. Sam came down to office. Thanks for the follow, Alex. Do we do this on Thursdays now? Yes, we do. Yeah, so it was weird for a little while, and of course now next week is going to be different. Same, Corinne. I know it's like it's a problem. I know I'm dehydrated, but I don't want to drink. So I was doing the lives on Tuesdays, and now because I'm in grad school, I'm finishing up my master's degree this summer. I have a class on Tuesdays, so the live will be on Thursdays. But next week, this is where it gets a little confusing, of course, because it can never just be simple. The next week will be on a Wednesday, so let me find the date. I did make a little event on my TikTok page if you want to go sign up for it, but it's on the 3rd, so Wednesday the 3rd next week, because I didn't want to do the 4th of July. And we've established the people who are not in the United States could give a crap if it was on the 4th of July or not, but I know a lot of people who are, at least, in the U.S. are going to be going to barbecues and fireworks and stuff. How do you always puts up an event? Yes, so yeah, always check there. I do also send notifications in my Discord channel to, give people updates if I'm changing the date or not. I try not to. I try to keep it on the same, consistent time. It's even for me, it's easier, but just sometimes things come up, so. Yeah, and Kat, unfortunately, well, he does do the dishes, though. He does help her with them. This is Georgia's diary. But he did mention one time when he came to visit that he helped her. So, yeah. So next week is a Wednesday. Then we're back to Thursday after that. Sam came down to office to see me. We went and took a horseback ride. Went to see Alice Kerr. Helped wash supper dishes. The date? What about the date? I bet that he made in a big event the one time he helped. Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah, he's been very picky about Georgia. They got in a little argument I guess it would be probably only a few weeks back for them, but it's funny because she wasn't on time. Helped with, hold on, I got lost. Alice Kerr. Helped wash supper dishes. Played Flinch, of course. She does capitalize it. After supper. I think that's cloudy day. She's never written it like that, though. Went to bed at 10:30. She didn't, need to. She didn't run out of room or anything, but we'll never forget Ralph, I know. Alright, supper, thank you. Went downtown after dinner. Okay, so we're now going back to Ralph. And it's funny, we know they get married, we know they love each other, but still we're like, Ralph. raining. Rainy. Got up at 6. Well, he wrote it out. 6. Out to work at 7. Ran curve to C and GWR. Railroad of W. West? I don't know. Georgia took me to the CR and P train at 8:30. Arrived Mount Vernon 11. Does that say 11:59? Leave it to Ralph to be that specific. 11:59. Washed. Worked chemistry all afternoon after seeing Professor Williams. Went downtown just before supper. Studied a little. Went to bed about 8:30. That's early. Or 9 o'clock. Oh, not 8:59. Got up at 11. Oh no! And stubbed my toe. And hurt it quite badly. Shocker. That he wasn't sure or that he stubbed his toe. He tends to have pretty bad luck. Poor Ralph, I know. Him and the people he works with. But, so yeah, now I can't keep it straight. I know that Ralph had that one day where he just, like, had a horrible day, and he got chased by a bull and, like, ran over a skunk or something. All in one day. And then a couple of times he hurt his hand with an axe, right? Or his foot. But then someone else got their foot, like, run over by the cart. I don't think it was him. It was the other guy. Just a bunch of bumbling railroad men. Surprised he has that little coordination. And then the friend whose lamp caught on fire and Ralph saved the day by throwing it out of the window. It is like a cartoon. Got up at 6:40. I know, the bull thing, it's like unbelievable. Got chased by a bull, ran over a skunk, and then got back to the hotel and went into the wrong room. Okay. Oh, sorry. That must have been loud. Got up at 6:40. I know, yeah. Helped with, I almost want someone to reenact it. With breakfast dishes. I wish I could animate. Like, I wish I could, do a drawn animation. That would be funny. Hitched up, and Mama and I went up to take some papers to Mr. Grout's. I have no idea who Mr. Grout's is, but for Papa. Went to Grandpa's. And then took Ma downtown. Actually, before I forget, when he mentioned Professor Williams, I have a picture of him. Oh, of course. I think he calls him Prof. Williams. Prof. Norton. This is Professor Williams. And where is our Ralph? He's in here somewhere. Well, he's here. All the way at the top. This is Ralph. During when he wrote this diary. Like, this is what he looked like. And this too. That's from the same yearbook. And then there was another person I thought that I wanted to show. Well, I guess not. We don't have a picture of Georgia yet, unfortunately. Well, I have a picture of Georgia's dad. So when she's talking about doing anything for Papa, that's Papa. Alright. And then took Ma downtown. Where? Okay. And I came home. And put my horse up. And then went to office. Help with dinner dishes. Went to office. Helped with supper and dishes. So her family rents out part of their house to boarders. And that's what I think she's talking about when she's saying she's doing all these dishes. I think she's taking care of the meals and the dishes from the people who are staying there. Ian just sent me a picture of Claude. And then he made a sticker from it. There's the picture. But you know how you can make a sticker on an iPhone now? A little lump. Interesting that they can speak English correctly with little slang. There are sometimes words or phrases that come up that we don't understand, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. Okay. Changeable day. Rain most all evening. Done nothing but visit. Went to bed at 10. Yeah, they do. They spell stayed, S-T-A-I-D. I actually found, which is kind of interesting because it's later, the 1917 diary that I read, I found some of the phrases that she used. A loaf, yes. A kitty loaf. Some of the phrases that she used, I had a hard time with and had to, like, do some research to figure out what she was talking about, or just take a guess, really. But she was younger. Like, she was... Well, I guess they're young, too. I don't know. Maybe it was just because Anglesey was in, like, a city with more, like... I don't know. She was high... Well, I guess she's also high society. I don't know. But, Anglesey definitely used some phrases that I had to figure out. Cloudy. Got up at 6. Took exam in astronomy. 7:45 to 9:45. Chemistry. Lab till noon. Something downtown after dinner. I went. Went downtown after dinner with Adelphians. To get picture taken. So my dad just texted me. Dad, are you on here? I guess not. There was a tornado in my area last night, which is crazy because it hardly even stormed here. We just got a bunch of rain. But we were getting like alerts all day long yesterday, warnings, and then there was thunder and lightning in the evening and like a lot of rain, but I guess they must have been like really isolated thunderstorms, like not I don't know, like fast moving and not that big, because that's like the town over. Apparently there was a tornado. But we didn't see any of that, so it's been crazy this year. You had a huge thunderstorm today in Hamburg, Germany. We haven't had like we've had a lot of rain, like crazy rain, but we haven't had a big thunderstorm in a long time. And I'm glad, because I hate it. It makes me so nervous. I feel like where I grew up, which is only like an hour from here, we had so many more storms, like bad thunderstorms than I do here. Maybe because we're closer to the water or something. It just doesn't come towards us here in a drought. Yeah, we had a couple of weeks of like a heat wave and not much rain at all. But I don't think it was considered full-on drought. But yesterday was like the first rain in a while. We need it, but it's like it's either all or nothing, it seems like. 15 drought. 15-year drought? Oh my god. That's scary. Hold on, we don't see it because they're common now. Throbbing toe cartoon. I'm sorry, I missed a lot of I missed a lot of comments. Little guy with some background music, like flip the page, yes. It just keeps happening over and over again. I missed what Stone, Glasgow, and Jen, what you're talking about. I missed. You're in Scotland. You get 1 day a year of sun. Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like with the past couple of weeks here, it's just been so humid, and it's like you just want it to rain so bad. And then it did rain a couple of times, like downpoured, and we were like, oh, we're gonna get some relief. And then after like 5 minutes, it stopped, and then it just got hot again and humid again. I didn't really even go outside much today, just in the morning, so I don't know what it's like now. All right. Studied till 3. And went to chemistry. Something till chemistry lab. That's what it is. Till 5. Looks like he was gonna say 5:30, but then crossed it out. Studied in evening. Wrote letter to Georgia and mailed it. Went to bed at 11. After taking down pictures in room. Oh, he must be like moving out. Also figured up something. Room rent and yeah. Also figured up room rent and light bill with Mrs. Cowan. That must be whoever's in charge of his room for college. I don't know if he's in a... He said dorm before, didn't he? Maybe he just said room. Maybe he's renting a room in town. Just this year we got a little more rain than the past few years. Yeah, I don't even know, like, where we stand with how much rain, but I've just been noticing, we were just talking about this in the Diary Detectives group before I came on here. It's just, like, there have been so many, like, flooding events, and it seems like it's all, it's like nothing, or you get way too much at once, and it can't even do anything good. It just, I don't know. I feel like when we moved in here, too, we got a rude awakening. Because right when we moved in, we got a few really, really bad rainstorms. And there was a leak. And it was just like, there were like multiple leaks we had to figure out. Hello. I always forget what your name is. And I remember I pronounced it maybe right one time, but Malatunbal. Well, it's good to see you, because I recognize your name. I just feel bad that I never know what to call you. Helped with washing. I wish there was a way to like have a little note next to your name for me to see so I can remember, like a nickname or something. Oh, I get it. Malaton Ball. Oh, okay. You're just being nice. Helped with washing. Got up. Oh, I said washing twice. Got up at 6:45. Was at office all day. I'm glad I got it, because sometimes when I ask people, how do you pronounce it? I almost regret it, because it's really hard to describe how to pronounce something on, like, through a text. So, like, I'll say, how do you pronounce your name? And then they send it, and I'm like, oh my god, I still don't know if I'm getting it right. Rain, most of the time, went downtown. Okay, a quick book recap. Were you here for the double diary where we're reading Ralph's and George's at the same time? Because that's what's going on here. The washing up was added after the got up. Okay, I'll check that after. Thanks, Heather. Do you have your water, Heather? I should drink my water while it's right here. So, a quick recap. Basically, Ralph is at school for engineering, and Georgia is home in Waterloo, and Ralph comes to visit pretty much every weekend, and he's doing a little bit of railroad work on the side when he goes there. They did get in an argument. I don't know if you were here for that, but Ralph was working, and Georgia was supposed to go pick him up in her horse and buggy, and she was there late, so they missed each other, and then he got upset because she didn't come when she was supposed to. But we all think she did, and he wasn't clear enough about where to meet her when, so we're on team Georgia, so you weren't here for the argument. Well, then after that, after there was a little bit of a spat because of the mix-up, when she finally did bring him home, Ralph was talking about how the other things came up. So, like, there were other things that were bothering them that came up in conversation, so it was one of those fights that, like, brings up other things. But I think they're all good now. He definitely still loves her because when she doesn't send him a letter, he checks the post office every day, and when she doesn't send him a letter, he gets sad, so. I'm gonna go back. Okay, hold on. I actually, Evil Psycho. I'm gonna go back. Hopefully I said that right. I am gonna fix something, though. I realized this before, and then I never fixed it. Every time, this gets a little bit messed up. There we go. So now you can see that whole thing. Let me go back up because there were a few good questions. You had to let your rabbit out. Oh, cute. He was unpunctual. Yeah, Ralph was unpunctual. You're welcome for the recap. Cloudy on the 17th. She spelled it like that, which is weird because it's not something that, like, she doesn't usually write her entries like that, and it's not like she ran out of room, but maybe she thought she was going to run out of room. She did write CLDY, which I also thought was strange, but that's what it is. But thank you. Is the author wealthy? Do they mention what college costs? Well, we know Georgia is well off, at least, because her dad is the city engineer, and she seems to be, like, doing well, you know? Ralph, I don't know, like, if he comes from wealth or if school isn't as expensive as obviously it is now. I don't know. But he is very smart. He's also an engineer, so maybe he's on scholarships, or I'm really not sure. It may have just been that school didn't, like... I know that not everybody had access to college, so I guess he must be more well off than others. I don't know. Ralph's dad... Oh, yeah, Ralph's dad was the mayor of Rhinebeck, so that makes sense. I forgot about that. I just found, right before the live, I found a picture from Rhinebeck of the main street, and there's W.A. Slippy & Co., which I think W.A. Slippy is his dad. So whatever his dad did, maybe when he wasn't the mayor. I thought he was an engineer, too, but I don't know. So he definitely owned some kind of, like, storefront or office here. I just thought that was cool, but I gotta look more into his family in Rhinebeck because we just haven't really done a lot of research there. We've done a lot of background on Georgia because we had her 1895 diary, but not so much on Ralph's background. Because when we first started reading him, he was in Burlington, Iowa for work, so he wasn't even at, like, with his family. He was kind of on his own. Yeah, they're in Iowa. Thanks, Jen. Okay, hold on. The question about crossover. I missed that question. Have some books crossed over another book? I don't know how to get my... Yeah, these definitely do because they're related, so every once in a while they'll mention each other, and, like, things will happen that they both talk about. Obviously, because they're from, like, the same family. But, yeah, I think what people were saying was there's a lot of crossover with, like, places. Because these diaries happen to be from Iowa, and so were the last few that we did. They do mention, like, similar cities. Trying to think of anything, like, super specific. There haven't really been any names that crossed over. This is in Waterloo, Iowa, and Ralph goes to school in Mount Vernon, Iowa at Cornell College. But the other diaries that we read, they were just outside of Cedar Rapids. So these, I almost said characters, they were real people. Georgia and Ralph sometimes do go into Cedar Rapids. Mostly Ralph, he goes there on his way back to school. And they were both like, it's kind of interesting, there are crossovers in like theme. Like both of these people, Ralph and the other family, they were very tied to the railroad. Like they worked on the railroad. It's just interesting, some of the crossover. They're both like Mason, like related to the Masons, but I think that's like also just a really big thing over there. Unfortunately, Todd and Ralph haven't met. Yeah, and they were born in the same year. So Ralph and Todd, who wrote the last diaries, were both born in 1881, I think. Yeah. So they're the same age. But Todd's diaries that we had and Edna's diaries were later on in their life. They were like older. But they're in their 20s, these two. They didn't. So Georgia had I think she had some kind of cart, like with her horse, because she is carting everyone around. And, no, that was the other one. I was just thinking the machine. I'm getting confused, guys. So the Diary Detectives, my Patreon group, were reading another diary, and they were talking about the machine, which was a car. But that's not this one. She mostly goes back and forth on the horse, and they take trains. Strong woman is also a thing. Yes, that is true. Yes. And that makes me happy. We've encountered lots of strong, independent women. Your OCD is getting the best of you. Is getting the best of you with the start of this entry. What, this like craziness here? Helped with the what? Okay, but you told me someone said I did something wrong, and now I forget what it was. Oh, she added it after. So got up at 6:45. Helped with the washing, right? Is that what someone was saying? I don't even remember. It looks like she did add it there. So hopefully I fixed it. Was at office all day. Rain most of the time. Went downtown. Helped with breakfast and dinner. Oh, good. I'm glad. Sorry, Heather. I didn't mean to stress you out. Dishes. I promise if I ignore those things, it's not on purpose. Came home early. I just get easily distracted. In afternoon and helped sew a while. Hitched up and went over to McShane's after some of our things left there by Mrs. Every time I encounter this name, I see something different. So one time we thought it was this. M-O-R... Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. M-O-R-I-U-M. Morium. Or at least I thought that. Then, the next time I saw the name, I swore it said Morin. Now it looks like it says Morim. Or M-O-U. I did look in the newspaper to see if anyone... Because it seemed like something's wrong with Mrs. Morin. Like, to see how she was, she had said. So I was looking up in the newspaper back then to see if they had said, like, oh, Mrs. Morin is sick or is detained at home. Because they tend to write that in the newspaper. But I didn't find anything. I didn't even find much about the family McShane. So I don't know. What do you guys think that says? M-O... I guess maybe we should compare. We should look for a capital M somewhere else. But I feel like it's either M-O-R or M-O-U. Miriam could be an A. I think if it's an A, it would be lower, though, this part. Morrison, Morris. Ooh, it could be if it was, like, really squished. So maybe, or Morin, M-O-R-I. I feel like there's too many bumps for it to just be M-O-R-I-N. But I thought maybe it was what did I put before? 2 R's. Morrin. But I even see an extra bump there. So I don't know. We'll have to... Maybe I'll have to spend some time figuring that out. Because who knows? Maybe this person... I have way too many little lists everywhere. Maybe this person... It'll be easy to find her because maybe she lives next door to Mr. McShane and she's on the map or something. I just haven't really looked. I only looked quickly in the newspaper. But it's frustrating that we can't definitely see what the name is. Morsium. M-O-R-S. Yeah, it could even be that. We'll have to just poke around the census, maybe. Went to train after Ralph. Because he came up as it was vacation. Okay, so his school is not done. He's just on vacation. Helped wash supper dishes. Visited all evening. Went to bed at 10:30. Find a grave? Yeah, I could. It's just that I don't know who to search for or when they died. Or even where. I guess we would know that they would probably be in Black Hawk County, Iowa. I don't even want to just say Waterloo because her family's from the other towns around, so. And we don't know her first name either. And if I search Morin, I'm going to get a bunch, right? But I guess I could search some of the other ones. But just because they're not there doesn't mean... Oh, really? Oh, cool, Faith. Was from Black Hawk County, Iowa? Or Waterloo? Or... That's funny. Every once in a while someone goes, oh my god, that's where I'm from. That's funny. What a coincidence. Well, since you're from there... You can go poke around and ask if they know a Morium, Black Hawk County. Interesting. So, the diary writer, Georgia, this one, she is from Waterloo. But her family is from, let me think if I remember the names. Eagle Township. Oh, you're not from there. Okay. Eagle Township, or Eagle Center. Eagle Center. Big Creek. Trying to think of the other ones. He's from Rhinebeck, which you might recognize that name because it's close to there. But yeah, that's funny. And then the other diaries that we read were from Fairfax, Iowa. Yes, LaPorte City. Thanks, Nikki. LaPorte City. That's a bigger one that you might recognize. Okay. 19th. Oh my god. It's my diary birthday. I almost didn't even notice. Happy diary birthday to me. You see Marina. Okay, I'll add it in there as a possibility. We'll do an investigation. Oh, thank you, thank you. How did you say it there, Marina? Wow. Feels like my real birthday. Cloudy. Rain. Cloudy rain. Got up at 6. Oh, thank you. Thanks, I made it. We were reading through a lot more at, when we were reading through just one diary, we were getting through a lot of days of the month. We work at a slower pace now because we're reading 2 at once. But when we were going through many days at a time, someone inevitably always was like, "Oh, that's my birthday. That's my birthday." So I made the little thing so that when it's someone's diary birthday, we can say something sweet to them and cute. But I was just saying in the beginning of the live today, we don't have as many diary birthdays because we just are reading through less days at once. Packed trunk. Took exam in descriptive geometry. 7:45. Whoa. to 9:45. In chemistry, 10 to 11:45. Chemistry lab till noon. Saw Professor Williams about bridge design and missed my dinner. Oh, finished packing trunk and went to Waterloo at 1:52. Again, very specific. So there's 60 different Morrisons in Black Hawk County. Okay, that's a lot. Waterloo and Cedar Rapids are major Iowa cities now, probably 1,000 people. Yeah, they were. They were a lot smaller back then. I don't know exactly how many, but they were like the bigger cities, you know. So like Cedar Rapids is where Todd and his family would go for anything, going to the dentist, going to the store, because they were from Fairfax, and I forget how many people. I looked it up. There were like, I want to say like 100 or 200 people in the town when they lived there. Now it's bigger, but it is funny. Thanks for the follow, Michaela. Oh, good night. Sweet dreams, dream of diaries of Ralph stubbing his toe. Be careful if you get up in the middle of the night. Don't stub your toe like he did. Got some something in Cedar Rapids and a shave. What does that say? Bananas? I think it says bananas. Dream about toes. Ugh. In Cedar Rapids and a shave. Bananas and a shave. A simple life. Train 1 hour late. Train 1 hour late in Waterloo, Georgia. Met me. Talked with her in evening. It's a different kind of life. Oh man. Did we skip something? Oh, okay. I just went over two. That's all. Okay. March 20th. Got up at 6:40. Helped with breakfast and dishes. And put some clothes out that didn't dry before. Went to office. Papa came home. Oh, she says Papa with one P. Papa came home at 10:30. Helped with dinner dishes. Went to office. Helped with supper and dishes. This girl, all she does is dishes in evening. R and I went to the show, called The Devil's something. Pretty good. A notion? Auction? Auction. Pretty good. So she is 25 and he's 23. I wrote it here because I always forget. Let's see if we can find that show. The Devil's Auction. Sounds scandalous. 1903 in Waterloo. There's so many different Iowa towns that we're doing that I get confused. Waterloo, Iowa. Here we go. Ooh, this one has a picture. The Devil's Auction, Friday, March 20th. A noted dramatic writer stated in one of his recent articles that real ballet dancing or performances of pantomimic, because I know pantomime, but an artistic dancing was fast becoming a lost art, and that the production of great and costly spectacles was not confined to one or two persons who had made large fortunes in this respective line, and generally deplored the loss of graceful, oh my gosh, I cannot, what is choreography? And premier dancer who, oh my god, run-on sentence, in exemplifying the poetry of motion, appealed more to, I don't even know what it's saying anymore. Anyways, the everlasting Devil's Auction, a full and complete corps de ballet premieres. Oh, is that Malt de Ballerina and artistic divertissements, which are presented in each act of this particular spectacle. Okay, I got nothing from that. But we have a picture. Cool. Okay, maybe there's more. I want to save that though. Something a little less wordy. I know, I need this. Yeah, what is it? The Office. This, I've said this a few times. This has come up. Explain it to me like I'm a 6-year-old. Okay, explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old. Mommy and Daddy are giving you money to make a lemonade stand. If you don't get that, I'm sorry. It's from The Office. Okay. Well, it opens at the Opera House. If it's the Brown Opera House, I do have a picture of that place. This year, Manager Yale announces the 21st edition presentation of the Great Show Play. Carlos, the shepherd, in the Devil's Auction. I love it. Carlos. That's my dad's name. Carlos, are you here? He wasn't here before. That's funny, I like it. They danced in pretty dresses at the end. Let's see. Any other pictures? Oh, it is at Brown's Opera House. Cool. Let's see if I have the picture of that place. Did I put it in here? Grr. I think it might be in her... right here. Brown Opera House. Crap. Oh, hold on. TikTok's mad at me because I haven't moved anything. Okay, maybe I should move something just to say I'm here. There we go. I definitely did find a picture of Brown's Opera House. I just don't remember. She probably mentioned going to a show, and I put it in here and didn't label it right or something. Is that it? Yeah, this is it. Cool. That's Brown Opera House. I'll also leave that open so I can add it to the little scrapbook. Okay. So she thought it was pretty good. I guess we'll find out what Ralph thought of it now. March 20th. Cloudy. Got up at 6. Made survey for DN down division, DIV actually, down in, I don't know what that says. After amending. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it is curved. Thank you. After amending or ending, I don't know, tape. 8:30 to 12. Made survey for Frank. Something. Oh, this was a name we had seen before, I think. Frank K. Frank C. Frank. Oh, no. There was some name, like it was a long last name that we could not figure out what it was, and I assumed it was that, but Dunchwall? Runch? I don't know. I feel like I see D-U or Der. I have no idea. Dunchwald. There's definitely Dinchwald? Sure. We'll go with that. One. Yeah, me too. No, I'm happy you guessed because I don't like spending time on it. So 1 to 3. Worked in office till 5. Your guess is above all the rest. We'll go with yours. 1 hour on Cedar Falls survey. Andy? Something? G? 7 hours. Went with Georgia to a devil's auction, which was very good. Went to bed at 12:30. So she thought it was pretty good and he thought it was very good. So good reviews all around. Thank you for the follow. I can't see your username. I just see a cute little star, but thank you. March 21st, 1903. We'll read through a few more. Got up at 6:40. Helped wash breakfast dishes and do other work. Housework. Sweep, dust, and iron. Wow. You know I'm getting tired when I stop being able to type. Helped wash dinner and dishes. Wait, helped with dinner and dishes. Went downtown and up, and to office just a minute. I don't know why they write wake and sleep times, but they're definitely not unique in that. Like the other diaries that we read, they do that too. Georgia and Ralph are very specific about their waking up and going to bed times, which is interesting. Like Anglesey in the 1917 one that I read, she'll say like got up at 8 or went to bed at 11. Like she doesn't say exactly. Like he'll say if he went to bed at 11:59, he'll tell us exactly the minute, which is interesting. But I guess it's just like a starting point and an ending point to the day. But it's just funny that they're both so particular. Went downtown and to office just a minute. Then home and went up to Grandma's as Mama was there. Went down with Ralph and Albert. Helped with supper and dishes. I gotta figure out who Albert is. Went downtown. After supper a while with, I gotta fix that, Ralph. A while. Cold day. Went to bed at 11 o'clock. There is a Frank Dirkenwald in Black Hawk County, Iowa. Well, that's probably him. I'm just going to add that in there. Dirkenwald. Okay. So we'll add him to the list and look him up. And Penny, if you want to send that in the Diary Detectives, that would be great. Frank Dirkenwald. Pretty sure he was mentioned before, but maybe we got the, we didn't have a first name or something. But I remember, unless it was another person that we were having trouble reading the name, I remember there was a long one. I'll have to go back and find it. Alright, clear, cool. So this is Ralph's diary now. Got up at 6. Went to office and worked on Cedar Falls. I think it is Platt. 7:30 to 8:30. Made survey for... Maybe it's not division. Maybe it's DN. Oh, so the day before it looked like it said division curve, but now I see DN crown. I have no idea. 8:30. 30 to 11. And was at office a few minutes. Saw Kiefer's transit and went to dinner. After dinner, went with Andy and W. Oh, is that a WY? I thought it was a WG before. Looks like a Y. WY Barnett or Barrett or Bannett. You think it's a G? Okay. Cursive is, capital letter cursive, I have a hard time. I don't know why I felt like it wasn't a G. I can see it now. Barrett. Thanks. So I wonder if we go back. When was he talking about Andy? See, that's not the same, whatever. I was thinking maybe those letters after Andy were WG, but they're not, so I don't know. Barrett with 2 T's? Yes, definitely. B-A-R-R-E-T-T. Okay. To Park. Something add. And worked till 6. It could be addition instead, like they use that word a lot in old maps in this area, like it's a certain section of town. Parkside Addition, maybe. Yeah. And worked till 6 and came in a car or on car. After supper, Georgia and I went downtown, came back and talked. I took a bath and went to bed at 10:30. It's funny the things that are important enough for him to mention versus her. Like, she'll never tell us when she took a bath, but he always does. Called to see... Oh, I don't know what that says. Mr. Or called to... Yeah, to see, probably, because called... When they say called, they're talking about visiting. Called to see Mr. Knox. I think. Unless that is not intentional as part of an X. Nor. Alright, what? March 21st. I'll read one more for tonight. which means 2 more, because 1 for her and 1 for him. Okay, March 22nd. Got up 7 o'clock. Ralph and I went up to Grandma's to feed horse as Grandpa was gone. Where he is. Helped with breakfast dishes. Ralph went home. Went to church at Grace M.E., Grace Methodist Church. All we folks went. Helped with dinner and dishes. Took a nap all afternoon. Went up and fed the horse. To Grandpa's. Fed the horse or... Had supper. Visited. Snow most all day and cloudy. But early sun shone fine. Went to bed at 10. So she's horse sitting. Feeding her grandpa's horses. Okay, March 22nd. Clear in AM. It's funny, it matches hers. Clear in AM. Snow stormy. Got up at 7. Georgia and I went up to Berries. So that is her grandpa Barry to feed horse. Had breakfast. Took C and GW, Chicago and Great Western, I think. Number 5. It's a train. 1 hour late. The trains are always an hour late for him to Rhinebeck. So that's where he grew up. So when she said he went home, that's what she meant. Bought. New mileage credential and turned in old one. I wonder what that is. Saw Grandma Slippy and visited with the folks all day. Came back to Waterloo at 11:30 on the C and GW. Still snowing. Commenced at 9 a.m. Okay. I want to know what a mileage credential is. Oh, this would be cool as a paid job, but no, it's a hobby. I do have a Patreon where I make some money off of it, but my job is I'm an art teacher, an elementary art teacher, which is also fun. Probably a GPS tool that tracks mileage for him. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, in 1903. Mileage credential. I don't know if I'm going to find it. Mileage credential. Put 1903. I have no idea what it even would be. Like, maybe it's for, maybe it's some kind of, like, I'm just going to guess. Maybe it's a punch card where when he's working, you know how he works on the railroad, maybe to keep track of the mileage. I don't know. Because he is still doing work for the railroad, but I don't know. Brandon, I saw you pop in here. I don't know if you're still here, but hi. I'm just logging off now. A train pass card. Oh, yeah, maybe it's something like that. Like, if he rides the train so much, he has, like, a punch card. He gets a discount. That's probably what it is. All right. Yeah, a credit or something. That makes sense. So he doesn't have to pay every time he gets on the train. Oh, join my team. I don't know what that is. This is so interesting. Haven't seen you on. Yeah, it doesn't show me on the For You page anymore, unfortunately. But it's Gretchen Wieners. It's good to see you too. I am just about to log off. We just read through. We're reading 2 diaries at once. Ralph and Georgia. They're going to get married in December of this year. Right now, I guess they're engaged, or at least they're boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know. In 1903, they're courting. That's probably more appropriate for 1903, but. So next week is going to be a Wednesday, not a Thursday, because Thursday is the 4th of July. I know. I wish, because I remember when we first started doing this, there'd be like hundreds of people in here. Oh, I did? Okay. I don't know what it was, but in the beginning, it used to blast my live out, and it was almost like too much. It's kind of nice to have like a smaller group because people actually can like have a conversation. Oh, great, Deb. Thanks. I feel like when there were lots and lots of people coming in, it was kind of hard sometimes to like, they're asking like what we're doing, and it's really hard to kind of like sum that up. So it's nice to have a consistent group of people that come. But yeah, it was wild. It used to like blast it. Oh well. I think in general too, less people are using TikTok with all of the, bans and all the rumors about that. So the good old days. Yeah. No, this is the good old days. I don't mind this because I have all of you who come back every week, and it's like a little friend group. I go live usually every Thursday now, but next week is going to be Wednesday because Thursday is the 4th of July. So it's consistently, I think, for a few weeks been Thursdays, and it's going to be Thursday for the rest of the summer. But I tried to look up mileage credential, but I couldn't find anything. I didn't do too much work on that. I just typed it in and couldn't see anything right away, so gave up. But we're thinking it might be like a punch card, like he prepaid for a certain amount of miles on the train, which would make sense because he's on the train all the time. So instead of paying every time he goes on the train, maybe he gets like a card, and now he's used up all of them, so he's gonna buy a new one. I think that might be what it is. So yeah, next week on Wednesday, I'll see you at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we will find something, of course. And then after that, it'll be Thursdays again, so. They come to me in all different ways. The first diary that started this whole hobby, I got at an estate sale. Just out of luck, it was there. And that kind of like sparked the whole thing. But then we did get, I say we because I speak collectively as the Diary Detectives group. But I bought a few of them, a set of diaries that was all from Fairfax, Iowa, which is close to Cedar Rapids, from eBay. And then while we were researching those, an article was written about the project because we were trying to find the descendants. So Cedar Rapids, there was a newspaper that wrote an article about us, and someone who read that article reached out to me and had these diaries. So the ones we're reading now were donated to us by someone who watched a previous project, which is kind of like confusing to describe, but yeah, basically every single diary that we've read has come to us in a different way. So, all right, I'll see you guys next week, and yeah, we'll see you, Valentina and Rachel. I'll see you guys in the Discord. But yeah, see you next week. See you in Discord, detectives. All right, bye everybody. Don't forget it's Wednesday next week, not Thursday. I'll send a reminder in the Discord, and I'll try to post something on TikTok, but you probably won't see it. Yeah, that's funny. Every time Rachel tries to recruit you. All right. Bye, everyone.